Drama City Productions presents.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Johnny Paycheck coming at you from the dirty Duval. It's a great day here in the Sunshine State, so I wanted to jump on and tell you to quit wasting time going to smoke shops and jiffy stores to get your smoking materials. Enjoy your day and have that shit sent right to your house. Keep it simple, stoner. Stop spending all your De Niro, Scratch, Skrilla, whatever you call it, on all that shit too, and go to dollarblazeclub.com and use promo code CWPR25 and get 25% off. That's the highest discount you'll see anywhere. And if there's one thing the Red knows, it's how high. 10 votes.
What's up, party people? This is Conversations with Paycheck and Red.
An inappropriate comedy podcast.
Have you ever taken a photo of your own butthole?
Do you enjoy the smell of hot dog water?
Do you have random conversations about dildos?
Well, this is the podcast for you.
Just two good old boys who have no holds barred conversation.
All while laughing inappropriately.
Yep, that's right, listeners. Paycheck and Red have gotten themselves into another inappropriate conversation.
Three, two. What's up, guys, gals? Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. I'm Paycheck, and as always, I'm with my boy Red.
What's up, party people? This episode is brought to you by Art to Zen Tattoos in Rochester, New York, 441 Stone Road. Go over there and check out Dan Ross and the gang. Get some tattoos.
Yeah,
Tell them Paycheck and Red sent you.
Yeah, Dan's the man. He lives in New York, and I will travel to New York for every piece. I'm going to have him do my whole sleeve on my right side.
Right.
So maybe once a year I cruise down there and you know what I mean? Get some done.
Stop by and pick me up.
Yeah, you're on the way.
Yeah. You stopped by and picked me up on the way there this time. So.
Yeah. So for those who follow us and listen to us, we appreciate you. You all know that we went to Rochester, New York. There was a facial hair competition up there. We know a tattoo guy up there we wanted to go see. Some people from out of town came. We had some friends come from St. Louis. Where else? Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
All the
St. Louis, Pennsylvania,
Florida, West Virginia.
Yeah, it was all over, man. Damn good time.
Mm-hmm. So we're back. I cruised up to Red's house, hung out with him, stayed the night at his house. We traveled up to Rochester. There was some shenanigans on the way up there, of course. You know, like any road trip.
Some tomfooleries.
Yeah, Red's an aggressive driver. He has road rage issues.
I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah, the dude's he's but I'm a professional truck driver, so driving is my job. You know what I mean? So he likes to hang out in the left lane a lot. You know what I mean?
It's the cruising lane, dude.
I know, and you were going 80. I get it. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no point in me hanging out in the slow lane if I got to get over and pass everybody anyway. I might as well just stay over there.
See, the idea of driving is for you to drive in what we call the straddle lane, the lane that's in the middle. When you have to pass somebody, you pass them on the left, and then you get back in. I know that seems like a lot of work, but that's all part of the process that helps you stay aware and alert of the situations around you. Because if you're just cruising, just holding that wheel, you got the cruise on the AC, you got your tunes going, you're going to get sidetracked. You know what I mean? You're going to get too comfortable. So minimal movement on the highway is necessary, you know, for fatigue reasons. You're welcome.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Red on this one, man. I don't like being in the middle lane as much as possible, man. I don't want to be sandwiched in between cars and shit. So if I got to, I'll just hug the fucking passing lane.
Yeah, but if you stay in that left lane, the chances of you getting a speeding ticket increases dramatically. You have to be passing everybody, so you have to be at a high rate of speed, which is speeding. If you're going 70, that's the max on the interstates here in Florida is 70. So if I'm going 70,
yes, but we all know the flow of traffic down there is like 80, 85.
Yeah, dude. At 2:00 in the morning, there's a loop around Jacksonville. Everybody's going 80. Everybody. The police.
Yeah.
The police rode by me. It's dark, 2:00 in the morning. I'm just riding and hoping that I don't see any police. And I was going about 80, and everybody was passing me. Police even passed me. I'm doing 80 and it's 65, and the police passed me.
Anyway, that message is brought to you by Paycheck's Commercial Driving School for people who cannot drive good.
If you can't find them, grind them.
That's right. So yeah, we drove up there for 6 fucking hours from here in West Virginia.
It took me 12 hours to get to Red's house from Florida.
Yeah.
So 18 total hours that it took to get. And where Red lives is literally on the way to Rochester, New York, ironically enough.
Yeah, dude. And that's how committed we are to podcasting. That's how committed we are to Paycheck and Red.
Absolutely.
We drive 19 plus hours to do this for y'all. But in the 6 hours that we traveled to Rochester, we talked, we listened to the radio. I did anyway. Paycheck had to sit over there and just sit over there like a knot on a log and not partake, but there was some extracurricular activities going on.
I jerked off on the way, but I tried to do it. You didn't see me, did you?
No, I mean, I seen you whenever you were leaned over away from me with your back to me. So I mean,
that's how you do it, though. See,
yeah.
I was curious that if you even knew or not.
That's an old trick, man. One road jerk offer to another. I know that trick.
I'm sleeping. I'm gonna roll over here on the side a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, you start off in a little nap. See,
yeah,
like the regular way. You start off in a little nap, then you kind of casually roll over like it ain't nothing, and then that's it.
Yeah. Well, we did. Red's a musician, and I'd like to call myself a singer. I can play just about every musical instrument, just enough to where if you came over to my house and visit for a little while, I could have you thinking that I can play all those instruments. You know what I mean? I can hold
without even breaking one out.
No, I break it out, and I every instrument that I have enough skill to where I can play you something. You'd be like, damn, you know.
Yeah.
But that's it. What I play them, that's the grand finale right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we did some road trip karaoke.
Yes, we did.
That's the first time you and I have ever sung together, so it was a little off.
Awkward.
Yeah, we've got some different singing styles, but for the record, everybody's got that one song that they like to sing and they're good at singing. You know what I mean? It's hard to find somebody else who enjoy that song enough to be able to sing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good times were had. A little jerk sesh, a little bit of road trip karaoke.
Yeah, and ironically enough, we have recordings of these karaoke sessions.
Yeah, we do.
Easy enough to record them.
Yeah. So, Brandon, take it away right there and play the first one right there, and let's let the people just bathe in Paycheck and Red awesomeness.
Bathe all in it.
Yeah.
Well, my baby says she ain't crazy about hanging home all alone. And the faster I go, the more I know about waiting too damn long. Gotta get back to making love all
Get it, boy! Look at you! Get it!
Get back to making love all night. Yeah, I'm glad you cut it because I was way off pitch on the next one.
Yeah.
Next verse.
Yeah, it was.
It was horrible.
Yeah, that was do what?
Red caught me off guard with the compliment.
Mm-hmm. You was getting down right there for a minute now.
Oh yeah.
That one. What was the name of that song, Paycheck?
That was Making by Jamie Johnson.
And I happen to have a little bit more of that tune for you here.
Oh
Lord.
He must have he must have got the duet right there.
I believe if I remember right, this is how you guys close it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we broke it down right there, boy. We had the choir singing behind that one.
Yeah. See, you the problem is, and I'll quote Woody Harrelson in White Man Can't Jump. You can't just hear Jimmy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you got to feel Jimmy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's true in all music. You got to feel music. If you can feel music and you know your voice, you know your instrument, you get familiar with it. Even if you can't sing, if you just get familiar with your voice and your vocal cords and how they operate, you can find a song, whether you're high or you're low or whatever. You pick a song, you pick an artist that kind of where you don't have to reach so much. You know what I mean? What would that? It's not a bass, but it's like what's the next one up? Like a monotone or something like that?
Hold on.
Somewhere between bass and soprano.
What is it?
Baritone.
Baritone. See, like I have a natural, relaxed, deep voice, but when I get excited, my shit elevates and all. Next thing you know, I'm way up here. It's like I'm on helium or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We had a couple of songs that we done, man, but I think I sent Brandon the two best that we done. Now, keep in mind, we've done these karaoke clips for, entertainment purposes only. So by no means are we claiming, stardom or celebrity status or anything like that. But ironically enough, both of the songs that we chose to put on here were both by Jamie Johnson.
Yeah, we did a bunch of other shit though.
Yeah, we done.
We did Sex and Candy.
Yep. I was getting ready to say we done Macy's Playground. We done Jamie Johnson. Yeah, we done all kind of shit, man. Anyway,
all the greats.
Yeah, all the greats. Yeah,
we did Johnny Cash. We did Folsom Prison.
We did. Yep. Sure
am I sensing a Paycheck and Red karaoke album in the works?
Oh yeah.
Listen, Red and I have been talking for years about putting a song together. I can't play the like Red's he's a musician. You know what I mean? So
I just heard that you could play every instrument.
Right. Yeah, I can not lead. I can strum. If Red taught me a chord series, I could play that, and he play lead on top of that. I'm that good, but I'm not the I'm self-taught. Everything that I know is self-taught. Like I don't know. I only know the main chords. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't know how to put a riff together. You know what I mean? I can strum a little bit. You know what I mean? That's about it.
Yeah. You like one of them motherfuckers that don't know the words, so they just hum.
No, listen, and that's why karaoke is weird for me, because you will not believe how many songs you don't know the entirety of.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you think you know, but when like you take an old school jam or even some that you listen to on a regular basis, you know what I mean? It's some you just don't know the whole song. So if you get up on stage, you know what I mean, in karaoke and be like, yeah, you know what I mean? You can't.
That's just embarrassing when you're by yourself driving and you fuck up on
it. Yeah.
You look around, see if anybody heard you.
As a matter of fact, the next one that we did was In Color by Jamie Johnson, and that entire point that you just made proves this, because I thought I knew this song.
Yeah.
I listen to this song frequently.
Yeah.
And I thought I knew this song, but evidently I do not.
But it's kind of weird, because when you do karaoke, you actually see the lyrics. and sometimes the lyrics are wrong. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Absolutely.
know it does not say that.
Yeah. Brandon, play the next clip right there and let him hear it.
All right.
Oh, we have another one.
Yeah.
If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, should have seen it in color.
Yeah.
Getting soulful with it.
Dude, Paycheck be breaking it down now. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm a singer, ain't I, Rhea?
He is. He is definitely a singer. He surprised the shit out of me.
See,
Now, whether he can pop off with some Freddie Mercury on the next turn, I don't know. But my man can sing them songs. I ain't gonna lie. He can sing.
and I know that, so that's why I stick to that. Like I can do some Elvis Presley. I can do some Ray. What? Why I gotta bring? Yeah, this Ray Charles.
Yeah.
We need to do like
Georgia. That's one of my favorite songs to sing.
Yeah.
Georgia.
You need like a commercial, like now that's what I call music style thing, where it's just you guys sing the hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Paycheck, what was your favorite thing about Rochester while we were there? What was your favorite thing?
Well, see, that's Rochester's interesting. New York is interesting. So my first view, really, other than driving in or whatever, is it's got a variety of neighborhoods and cultures and and history and some historical significance. And I noticed, and it's happening here in Jacksonville as well. There's murals everywhere, dude. Badass murals.
Yeah.
Like some deep shit. Like you could see whatever the artist was trying to grasp, like I saw pain in some murals. I saw beauty in some murals. It was the weirdest thing, man. But it was a rundown, pretty much. Was it downtown Rochester?
I think it was the outskirts of downtown. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the skyline in the back, with the city, right?
Oh yeah, like we were on the outskirts of downtown and the big city of Rochester, and where we were at for the meet and greet, which was at Lemke's Smashatorium. We'll get to that in a minute, but in the background you could see, the skyline. So I mean, technically, Rochester's technically a beautiful place. I mean, there's big buildings, there's old architecture, and where this meet and greet was at was in an old abandoned warehouse that they inhabited the bottom of and opened up business and stuff in. And all over the side of it was murals of different shit. And one in particular caught my eye. And as a matter of fact, it surrounded the door into the Smashatorium. And I took a picture of it, and it's just color and words, but it says, "I transcend biology. I'm supernova and extraterrestrial gender. I drink all the water on Mars and rename that my blood." That is some weird shit.
Fucking awesome.
Listen,
Yeah,
that's a critical thinker right there.
and the person who said that, and I don't know who it is. I didn't even get a chance to Google them, but their name is Chrysanthemum Tran.
Mm.
So shout out to Chrysanthemum Tran for coming up with that. That's pretty deep.
Can you say that first name 3 times real fast?
Chrysanthemum, 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 chrysanthemum. Yeah. So anyway, dude, can we talk about the garbage plates in Rochester for a minute?
So garbage plates, which is kind of I'm real quick on that. So in my opinion, it was hard to understand when they say garbage plate, because the word garbage plate is not even really mentioned up on the menu. So when you walk into this place, so the place was cool, right?
Yeah, Dogtown.
Dogtown.
Yeah, downtown Rochester.
They sell like their specialty is like hot dog plates and garbage plates.
Cheeseburgers.
Yeah. So,
Brandon, have you ever heard of a garbage plate?
I can't say I have.
Paycheck, tell the people what a garbage plate is.
well, mine was all the comfort food, that you would eat on a binge night or a weekend. Just all beef and cheese and potatoes and beans and macaroni and cheese, and you put all that in just one big plate.
The look on your face as you remembering that was just like of such fondness.
Dude, it's glorious. It's glorious.
Yeah, I took many photos of my plate.
So real quick, for the people who don't know exactly what a garbage plate is, a garbage plate is either you get a meat, 2 sides, maybe some extras for 50, 60 cents, and then bread and butter. So me and Paycheck here, I got mine. You get 2 cheeseburgers thrown in the bottom of a to-go tray. Then there's mac salad. There's home fries, French fries. You get coleslaw if you want, but I got mine. Yeah, and baked beans. But anyway, the real way to get a damn garbage plate is beef, 2 hamburger patties with cheese, mac salad, home fries, chili sauce, and bread.
Oh man, that sounds good.
Negative.
All in one fucking plate, dude. It is glorious.
Or you could do what I did, which is the 2 patties. But real quick, we can't just brush over the 2 patties. They had a sauce, and they called it some sauce, and they even said something about in quotes, everything comes with such and such sauce.
Yeah.
The burgers that were marinated in this sauce made those burgers ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I did the same thing that Red talked about, the 2 patties, but the home fries. But I didn't go with the mac and cheese. I went with the baked beans. So I had the 2 patties, home fries, cheese, the baked beans, and bread. It was just it was just a plate full of it was like a
gloriousness.
Yeah, it was like a mountain of all the shit food that you love.
A mountain of cholesterol.
Yeah, diabetes and diabetes.
Yeah, dude, it is so good. The next time Paycheck and Red goes to Rochester, Brandon, we're gonna scoop you up and bring you to Rochester, and I'm gonna buy you a fucking garbage plate.
Oh fuck yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, I went through North Carolina for a little bit.
Yeah, dude, they're a thing to behold. And are we not going to talk about the fucking prostitute and the jumper cables?
Well, hey, before you guys get into that, a quick update here. I did a little digging into Chrysanthemum Tran. If you want to know a little bit about that,
absolutely.
As a producer, it's my job here.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
she is a Vietnamese American poet who is a transgendered woman and is known as she was the first trans woman finalist in the Women World Poetry Slam and was named Best Poet. So I guess she's a big deal in the poetry world.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Chrysanthemum Tran.
The more you know.
So what does that mean, that she's a trans from a male to a female?
I don't know if she's.
Well,
I'm on her website. I'm on her website now, and I'm not trying to make any judgment calls, but maybe there's a little transitioning going on.
Yeah, is she hot?
Oh, I don't.
Little Vietnamese chick.
She looks like a lady boy if you go to Thailand for one of those sex tours, I suppose.
Oh, she kind of looks like the comedian at the comp the other night.
Yeah, that comedian sucked.
Oh, dude, you thought Todd was bad? This dude is horrible.
He said Todd. Who's Todd?
Oh, yeah, you don't know Todd.
Seamus McKillian, that's who Todd is.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Get back to the prostitute with jumper cables.
Yeah.
So we went over there with a group of friends, and one of our friends tends to be irresponsible from time to time. I don't know the story, but he somehow, it was the battery. The battery died, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, he's got his lady friend with him, super cool chick, and it seemed logical. We needed jumper cables, and nobody was helping us. So we had this big piece of cardboard or whatever, and we wrote jumper cables on it. And, of course, we thought it'd be more logical to send her, because she's a good-looking woman, out to the street with the sign that said jumper cables. Listen, I feel like I can say this about Rochester because it's the same way here in Jacksonville, but there's some grimy areas, you know what I mean? There's some stuff happening, you know what I mean? Stuff popping, you know what I mean? So there's some people out, you know, and there's people who are enjoying the festivities, you know, of the evening.
Absolutely.
And dude, they swarmed her like a hawk, but none came with jumper cables.
Dude, nobody came for jumper cables.
Listen,
And
they
it
were
was-
doing U-turns to see what her sign said because she's hot. You know what I mean? So they were like, "Hold up, who's this new chick on the block?"
They didn't even see the sign. All they could see was her face. They couldn't even judge her body standing on the side of the road because of the sign that she had. It was that big. So all they were going by was her face, and she had a sign. So there were people literally making U-turns in the middle of the road to see what the hell she was doing and trying to pick her up.
You know?
It's like the start of a like cheesy horror film where they put the hot chick out there to like lead people into this like House of 1,000 Corpses style like setup.
Dude, it was almost like we were pimping her out for jumper cables.
Yeah.
I mean, I love her to death. Shout out to Meryl. But it was funny as hell the way it happened, dude, because she got approached by a dude on the street like one time, like a belligerently drunk dude.
Yeah.
And like we had to hover, you know what I mean, like around and kind of show dude that there was more of us than there was him. He needed to move on. But
Hey, but she was smart because she went aggressive real quick. Like I guess he went to go move in, like step towards her, and she was like, "Don't touch me," out loud. You know what I mean? She said that several times, very aggressively. You know what I mean? And it kind of shocked the dude.
yep.
You know what I mean? And that's when everybody kind of took notice. You know, I don't know if he said anything, but at first I was like, man, there's no way I'd have my wife out there. But then again, you know, listen, but logically, a good-looking woman is better to be out there. You know what I mean? And sure enough, we ended up getting help from the sign that she was holding.
By a nerdy white dude
Yeah.
that tucks his shirt in and wears white New Balance.
Yeah, I think he even had a pocket protector, to be honest, with a couple pins.
Yeah, I think his name was. Hold on, it's coming to me. Alexi.
Yeah, it was a weird name like that.
Yeah. So, dude, like, I put a video out yesterday on YouTube. Did you see it?
Yeah.
The Smashatorium.
Yeah, dude, that was super dope.
I've always wanted to go to one of those places.
Okay, so
Man.
you've heard about him, right?
Oh yeah, like I've heard of them as means of like getting out pent up aggression and stress. You know,
It's perfect for that.
And I know it because I just seen somewhere where one is opening up here in Jacksonville. So, you know, how ironic to go all the way to Rochester and be able to experience this in New York, you know what I mean, for the first time.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, but
And-
there's guidelines. Tell them about, you know, you don't just go in there and smash shit, you know what I mean?
No, you have to be
Safety's a big issue.
Yeah, you have to be fully protected. He has jumpsuits there that you put on over your clothes, so to keep you protected from. There's glass, TV, shards, electronics. I mean, there's all kind of shit flying whenever you're in there raging. So
You can even bring something if you have an old printer at the house. You know what I mean. You can bring stuff to destroy, or you can pay a small fee, a super small fee. I was surprised at how much we got for the dollar. You know what I mean. But you're talking about glasses, plates, mugs, beer bottles, wine bottles. I mean,
TV, flat screen TVs, printers, laptops.
keyboard.
now do you pay like per item that you smash, or is it like a time limit thing?
All right, so
It's a milk crate full of, and that milk crate loaded up will cost you about $25, I believe. 25.
25 $25 for a milk crate full of stuff.
Yeah, but here's the catch. But there's more. You also they've got a live streaming camera during the smashing or whatever, and they record it. So you also get the video of it.
In ultra high def, no doubt.
Ultra, not just
Yes.
regular.
You guys looked like you were getting ready to go out and purge after that shit,
Dude,
man.
it was so dope because like he has like these like skull safety masks and all this kind of shit. But unfortunately, bigger guys that the mask takes up its whole face, it's hard to see out of them. So,
He's swinging blind.
Yeah, so I chose the full clear face mask just so I could see, what was going on or whatever. But dude, I'm telling you, I highly recommend if there's anybody listening right now that has a rage room or a smashatorium near them, go check it out because it's totally worth the fucking money. Because it's cool because Paycheck mentioned that you can bring your own shit in. Like if you were at work one day and, you're printing copies of, this week's report or whatever, and your fucking copier goes bad, you can haul that motherfucker up to Lemke's Smashatorium in Rochester and pay $25 and beat the fuck out of it right there, and he'll record the whole thing.
Yeah. It's like of office space.
Yeah, he'll even help you unload the motherfucker and roll it in the room for you.
And there's speakers and like there's music.
Yeah. And it's BYOB. He doesn't have a bar or anything like that set up in there for insurance reasons, but it is BYOB. You can bring your own alcohol if you choose.
Dude, you can drink. I'd like to take one of my daughters. I believe everybody's got an animal in them. Not everybody gets to find that animal in them. Some people are introverted, they're just laid back. You really just don't see that side of them. But I think it's important for people to know that they have that in them. In that place, if you take a child, like 14, 15 years old, trying to figure out where that animal is. You take him out there and let him smash some damn plates and some glasses, and you'll find that damn animal in you.
Yeah, dude, it's empowering as hell. Like every time I would throw a bottle up against the wall or smash a plate with a bat or whatever it was I was doing, like the animal definitely comes out in you. It's really badass. Like since I've been back, I've actually been contemplating trying to set one up and open up my own smash room.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And I can see it being profitable.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
But while we were there, Red and I are always looking for content for the show, and we're kind of crazy, especially when we get around all the guys or whatever. So we put the word out about that we wanted to interview a drug dealer. So we're in downtown Rochester. We're hanging out. We have some friends, and a lot of people, partake in extracurricular activities. We're all adults. Some do it amongst each other. Some hide it. Do it all secretly or whatever. But so we found one, and we interviewed that motherfucker.
Finally.
Yeah. So I think we have a small clip of that, don't we?
Well, let's give a little backstory first here. So we're set up just like we are right here, but just beside one another, and we're recording an episode, or just recording content for this show right here. And he just walks up to the mic and just asks us flat out, like, "I hear y'all are looking to interview a drug dealer." You know what I mean? We kind of laughed it off at first, but I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. And then Paycheck kind of had a little rapport with him. Play that clip real quick, Brandon. It's funny as shit.
All right.
You guys were looking for an interview with an anonymous drug dealer?
Yeah, we are. We were looking for the local drug dealer, actually.
Oh, the local.
Yeah. We're looking for the discount prices, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We don't need white boy prices. Yeah, that was classic. He was cool.
Yeah, so at first we kind of shoot him away or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, maybe not right here. You know what I'm saying?
There were a lot of people right there around.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell by the audio in the background, there's a lot of people around. So we took a break. We went outside to smoke a cigarette or whatever it was, and he approached us again. And
with those discount prices.
Yeah, and
he said, "Hey, I heard you guys are looking for those, not the white boy prices."
Yeah. And I didn't think about it to pull my recording device, my phone out to record him until like 2 or 3 minutes into the conversation, but I did get a large majority of it. So hit it, Brandon.
All right. Well, I do have the entire interview for you guys. I broke it up in the 4 sections here that way. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I didn't know what to take from, so I figured we just.
Oh, right. Yeah. So play the first clip then.
Yeah. They're only like a minute long or so.
That's good.
I mean, but you didn't get an ounce for less than 300. So you're getting an ounce for $300, and you're moving it for 480. I mean, you're making $180. That's fine, you know.
Yeah, but that's not your boy prices. That's hood prices. That's street prices.
Well, you can't get away with that anymore. I mean, nobody nowadays. It's not $60 an eighth. It's now. I mean, there are people. A guy bitched at me the other day because I wasn't giving it to him for $10 a gram, which would have been $35 for an eighth. So he wanted an eighth for $35. That's what I said. But no, that's what I'm saying. Dude, we're there now. I'm telling you, I'm selling an eighth of fucking kind bud for $40. Just saying. And it's still, but at $40, I can get $300 on an ounce, and now I'm getting an ounce for $170.
How long does it take to get that profit?
What do you mean?
How long can you sling
well, I sell. I mean, it just depends. I can move a QP, like a quarter pound or whatever, and really a few days or whatever. But I have ounce customers. I have somebody who wants to buy an ounce.
Big difference.
I have somebody who wants to buy a half ounce. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, totally.
Just put it in my hand for $7.
I know, yeah. But I, yeah. But when you're getting in good, if you buy a quarter pound or a half pound or God forbid a whole pound, but every now and then, I'm just saying, because if I get a pound, I'm at about $130 an ounce, and I can still net $300 on an ounce, selling them at $40.
That's a lot of math.
That's weed math, man. That's easy. Weed math taught me fractions.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just like somebody said in that movie Friday, you can't sell bud if you smoke bud. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Yep. I mean, evidently he pulls it off pretty well, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like he's got his he's got his shit together. It sounds like to me.
Yeah. I haven't heard anyone use the term kind bud in such a long time.
Right? Yeah, you could tell he was old school because nobody calls it kind bud anymore.
Yeah, that was a blast from the past.
Yeah.
He's and he's quite the wordsmith too. He has no issues with sitting down and having a full length conversation with you about anything. We're actually gonna we might have him on actually.
Yeah. Yep. Play the next clip, Brandon.
All right.
And so it's $170 in profit per ounce, and I'm getting 16 ounces. So, you know,
quantity requires some.
We're borderline decriminalized, though. I mean, so it started off in St. Louis City. So we have aldermen in St. Louis City. I don't know. Do you guys have aldermen?
I don't even know what aldermen is.
Okay. So you guys have like a city council. Yeah. And then you have elected figures from each ward or something. So we have a city council that's an appointed position kind of thing. It's an elected position, yeah. But then each neighborhood within a ward has an alderman. And they're also involved in the process. But their biggest job is writing legislation to move up the pipeline. Let's just figure they're kind of like the House.
Brandon, cut it right there.
I'm just going to explain this to you real quick.
Hardcore political talk.
Yeah, well, it goes from, I mean, this is to tell you what kind of person this guy is. We didn't spend a lot of time with this dude, like in this interview, but he goes from talking about street hood, like weed prices, to talking like he's running for fucking office or something. You know what I mean? So I take it as the guy had his shit together somewhat. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure he's actually ran for some sort of office.
Yeah, I think so. He attempted to. It was another story, but yeah, he was an interesting character for sure.
Yeah, the clip you sent me for the interview is it's like 6 minutes long or something like that. He jam packs a lot in that 6 minutes.
Right. That's he put a lot of information in 6 minutes. Yeah.
But that's how you make money doing it. You got to know the numbers. And if you
I mean he's keeping up with the numbers, with the math, with the profit. You know what I mean? He's keeping up with all of it in one little thing. So kudos to the drug dealer.
Yeah, but the thing about weed, which is why weed is also a gateway drug for for dealers, because in order to make money with weed, you got to push weight. That increases the risk dramatically, because you are transporting. You know, it might be just down the street, but you got a couple pounds in I'm trunk right down the road. You know what I mean? That's risky.
Mm-hmm.
With
Absolutely.
cocaine or any other drug, you can kind of suitcase it depending on how much it is or whatever. But weed, there ain't no getting rid. There ain't no throwing weed out of it. Not pounds. You know what I mean?
No, not large quantities of it anyway.
No.
So, play the next clip, Brandon. Let's see what else he's got to say. Let's see what else he's got to say.
So they're not allowed. I mean, they can't enforce marijuana laws. Now, if they just smell it and it's sitting right there, and they want to, they can write you a ticket. You know what I mean? But they ain't allowed to.
Does the charge lessen at all with this?
Well, so the biggest thing is we have two. So St. Louis is St. Louis City and St. Louis County. Right. St. Louis City has done this. St. Louis County prosecutor, the head prosecutor, has said that his office is no longer accepting marijuana cases.
Yeah, but
so
QP?
It's up to like 10 ounces.
And how many ounces are in QP?
4.
You see, Paycheck test his math skills right there real quick.
Yeah.
And you can grow like 10 plants at your house. And
you have to have a permit for that, though, right?
Not yet. It's still legal. They're just not going to bust you for it.
Isn't it a transition drug? Aren't you going to start selling meth and cocaine after this?
No, not at all. That's what they tell you, but it's not true. Well, the deal is that
marijuana also gateway drug for dealers.
Marijuana has been killer for dealers just in general, but most
dealers go from.
Well, I sell shrooms now.
You're
right. I guess you're right. No, that's a nice, perfect. Hey, wow, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. This is an interesting dude, y'all. Like he was so interesting that we're actually going to set up another time to talk to him some more. So, play the. Yeah, he's a definite space cadet. Play the last clip right there, and let's end our little session.
Wait a minute. But you heard what I said about with I said it then also that even as a dealer, it's a gateway drug.
Yeah.
Everybody moves on to something else because you want to be able to carry less but make more money.
Absolutely.
All right, next. Let's hear the next one.
All right, this is the last one I got for you.
All right.
Well, at least for the dealer.
But that's the thing. We got good medical in Missouri. We got like the California one, chronic pain. And that's just you go to the doctor and man, my back hurts.
That's all we have in Florida.
There you go, man. You go see a doctor about it, and they send you on your way. But the dispensary's open in 2020, so my game's shot then. Illinois just passed recreational, and we're on the river. I mean, you cross the river, you're in East St. Louis, Illinois. So when they stop selling beer in St. Louis, everybody runs over there and buys beer. Well, we're about to have a dispensary right over there, recreational.
So you just go across the bridge, smoke all day, and come home.
A recreational dispensary, you can pick up to a quarter pound. As a non-resident, like if you went to Colorado right now, you go in Colorado, they'll ask you for your ID, they'll see it's West Virginia, and then they give it back to you, and then they give you a card that says how much weed you're allowed to buy. And non-residents are capped at 4 ounces.
And you're allowed to take it back across the border?
Well, they don't care what you do with it once you leave. Kansas State Highway Patrol isn't gonna dig it, you know what I mean? But
we have jobs and responsibilities.
I didn't know it was like that.
You just go get it. I mean, but that's why most people, you'll get 4 or 5 dudes that get in a car, go to Colorado, buy up everything they're allowed to buy, and bring it back to St. Louis and supply everybody else.
What's the distance between St. Louis and Colorado?
It's far, 14 hours or something like that.
Drove to get here.
Yeah.
Is that what it was for you to get here? 14 hours?
It's 12 technically, but we better take forever on purpose.
Mine's like 19.
That sucks.
That concludes our on-site interview with a drug dealer.
Clarence, the drug dealer.
His name is Clarence, the drug dealer.
Not Brad.
That's good.
Interview with a drug dealer, dude.
He was fun to be around.
Yeah, we finally did it.
Yep. And I think we talked him into being a reoccurring guest on our show.
Yeah.
Is he Paycheck and Red's official drug dealer?
I think so. I think we gotta find a better name than Clarence. So I don't really like Clarence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're locked in. I think our managers are contacting his managers. Maybe hit him on the pager. I don't know how he works these days. You know what I mean?
Right.
Drug dealers are, they're weird. It's a weird breed to be a drug dealer. It takes a certain kind of person to be able to be a drug dealer.
Yes, it does. So Saturday night, dude, we showed up at the comp, and there was a shit ton of fucking people there.
Yeah, it was really loud in there. We went live a couple times. We took some videos, but we learned a lot. This was our first live appearance, and normally Red and I do our podcast 500 miles away, and we have the technology set up to do so. But when we get together and we're side by side, that technology doesn't work quite the same way as it normally would.
Right.
So we spent like an hour just trying to figure shit out. It was like weird shit, and then we'd get that fixed, and we'd walk away, go smoke a cigarette or whatever, come back, and it'd be different. I couldn't hear him in my headphones or vice versa. It was just a big pain in the ass, but it was definitely a learning experience. I mean, we enjoyed it. We'd like to do it again. So if anybody's listening, they want to have Paycheck and Red come out and do a live podcast. Check us out. What's the website? What's the website that they can contact us through?
Paycheckandred.com.
There it is. See how easy that was?
Yeah. So we had all these problems. I wouldn't say all these problems. We had a few. And then it came time for the...
Wait a minute. Let's not just bypass you and your little... This is actually the first hissy fit I've ever seen Red throw. He straight up threw a hissy fit because he couldn't find a power cable or something that he eventually found in his bag once he calmed down. But he was like, motherfucker. He was walking around mad as shit.
We had a checklist, dude. We went over a checklist of shit to carry up there, and I forgot something. You know what I mean? And it pissed me off. And then, with all the technical difficulties we were having, I just had a breakdown, okay? I mean, it's the life of an audio technician. It happens.
Yeah, you definitely had a breakdown. It was cute. I enjoyed it. I should have got that on tape.
Well, yeah, but see, right in the midst of all that, the comp started. So we were going to go live, and we were going to, interview a few people, and we got to sit down with the girl that coordinated the whole thing. Her name is Jessica Gartz, and the audio didn't turn out as bad as I. Yeah, she's a friend of ours. Yeah, we love her to death. But the audio didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to. So, I worried for nothing. I had a breakdown for no reason. But like I said, in the midst of all of it, we had to interview Jessica, and it turned out to be fine. So let's meet Jessica Gartz. Paycheck again.
All right, let's see.
And we are a group of community-minded folks. We do a lot of homeless outreach here in the city, and then every year we throw this event. And so far, this is our sixth competition, and we raised somewhere around $25,000 in the last few years.
That's big. That's a big number for a short time period, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Way more than I've raised, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, dude, and it's funny, and it's funny. It's all over facial hair, man.
Yeah. So
that's the great thing about it.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, cities, I'd say I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that all your major cities in this country have a beard club in them, in which they're a club with facial hair. And they range from full beards, your big ass, couple of feet, to under 12 inches or under 6 inches, maybe just a mustache, maybe just a goatee, maybe just sideburns, you know what I mean? So they compete.
And they raise money for charity. And most of the time, they pick charities that are local A lot of beard clubs, they use the homeless shelters or, just any local charity that they see fit to use. And I think Boomtown used a animal shelter. I think they called it Wolf Town, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Wolftown.
Yeah. Say some more Jessica, man. I like to hear her talk.
All right, I got one more for you here.
So women can compete. I know some of your listeners may not know. Women can compete where we can make beards out of materials. We can make them look realistic with different, realistic hair looking materials, or we can make creative beards, which are beards made of basically whatever. But I don't compete. I don't have anything against women who do compete. I just don't personally feel like I need to compete to feel like a valid part of the bearding community.
Absolutely. Yeah, so women take part in beard competitions too, and they craft beards and they enter the competition just like the fellas do.
Did you see any female beards?
Say again?
Did you see any women in beards?
There were a few. Yeah, there were a few. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, they come up with all kind of different shit, man. I've seen actual working beer kegs or whiskey kegs or something that actually dispenses whiskey out of a beard. I've seen beards made out of Legos, made out of real bones. I've seen beards made out of all kind of shit.
Oh, damn.
But real quick, shout out to Jessica, because listen, she pretty much put this whole thing together. I don't know if it's by herself or how much help she had, but you could tell that this meant a lot to her. They had a band. The competition went well. We drank all night, if I remember correctly.
Yep. All night.
Yeah, they took care of us. It was everybody was kind, everybody was laughing, everybody was having a good time. She did well. She put that whole thing together. But we weren't expecting the live band to play as long as they did, and that kind of messed things up with us, with our podcast trying to go live, because they were loud as shit.
Yeah, it kind of messed our scheduling thing that we had going on. So we had to record and do our stuff in between their sets and all this kind of stuff, and it just became a hassle. So we just waited till the whole thing was over with and started recording. And it's so funny, dude. We were sitting there and we were going over some shit, and I was recording and we were getting ready to start. And Paycheck was sitting on the outside. We were kind of tucked off in a little corner of the open area bar right there. And this chick just walks up to Paycheck, kind of pulls the microphone over to her and just starts talking in it.
Yeah. Now, let me preface this story with we met this woman the night before.
Yeah.
At the Smashatorium. And she was super cool. She's a friend of a friend, you know what I mean? And
no, turns out it's Jessica's sister.
Yeah.
The girl who we heard from.
Yeah, Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will remember her for the rest of my life.
Yeah, she was a pretty cool chick, man. She was super funny.
Yeah, she was real funny. And I know that she was intoxicated Saturday night. She was really intoxicated, but I'm a flirt. I have a flirtatious personality, you know what I mean? That's how I think that's how she ended up coming over. And she got super close to the mic. She was all into the mic. She wanted to be on mic. And I think she came up, and I'm pretty sure with her lips on the microphone, she said, "Can I talk into the mic?"
Yeah, when we first introduced, she first introduced herself to us is what cracked me up the most, because it was the way she said it. My name's Tina, or something stupid shit like that. It was hilarious. I think I actually give Brandon the clip to play of that. I think
I think so. I think I got it right here. Let's see. I could be wrong, but we'll find out.
2, 9, 5, 9, 4.
Tina. My name's Tina.
Who's that?
Yeah, my name's Tina.
She was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this girl was super intoxicated. So she kept I think Paycheck actually gave her the headphones where she could hear herself talking or whatever.
Yeah.
And just in conversation, Paycheck asked her what she was doing later or what she was doing here or afterwards, or because we were all going to get garbage plates afterwards anyway, so we were trying to get a crowd up or whatever. So he asked her what she was going to do, and she said something about garbage plates and what was it? She said smoking tweed or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Play it, Brandon. It's funny as shit.
229
When you go home and
garbage plate. Fucking smoke some tweeds. Live my life like I should. Yeah. Oh, wait.
This girl's living her best life right now.
229
Smoke some tweed.
Yes, eat a garbage plate and smoke some tweed.
she was not shy. I'll tell you that.
No, damn sure wasn't. She was not shy at all because the conversation took a spiraling turn. She started talking about her tits, dude. It was so funny because there was a guy sitting adjacent to where we were set up at, and he was in on the conversation. It turns out he knows the girl, and they grew up together or something like that. And she started talking about her tits. And the conversation with this girl was fucking hilarious. She was a riot to be around.
Yeah, wait a minute. This other guy knew her. Like people had their eye on this woman. Make sure nothing happened to her because she was intoxicated. So she's fortunate. She's got some family and some loved ones that look out for her. So he was there, and I guess he tuned into the conversation we were having, and yeah, we started talking to him, and it was this big thing, and he knew her for a long time. She knew him for a long time, and he got out of hand.
Yeah, it did.
She had the same tits since she was 13. We met watching her bounce on her trampoline when we were children. She was the only girl with tits.
You probably jerked off to those tits before having
Same one.
Same one. Those exact same titties he's jerking off to.
20 years with the same titties.
I've been jerking off to the same set of titties for 20 years. That's funny. Yeah. They were a lot of fun to talk to.
Yeah, but I think it cut the clip. It's supposed to see the guy sitting there said something about having the same dick for 30 years.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Well, what a way to remember a friendship starting off. Like, I remember her when I first met her. She was the only girl in school that had titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, and after we started talking to her, like, this girl lives alone. She has no kids, no boyfriend, no husband, no nothing. She has a job. And a little house, and that's it. She has nothing.
Those titties.
Yeah, that's it. Just titties and a job, and that's it.
Living her life. She just laid back, smoking some weed, going to work, doing the grown-up thing.
Yeah, so we started, like, Paycheck asked her, no pets, no goldfish, no nothing, and her response is hilarious.
I believe I got that here.
How old are no plants either? Dogs? Cats? Gerbils. I know you got a gerbil. Tits. Yeah, she got them.
She's got puppies. Yeah, she's got puppies. Have puppies.
That little bit of comedy genius was brought to you by old Red himself.
Red's bong rib, baby. Yeah, so we mentioned earlier that we got tattooed while we were up there by the infamous Dan Ross at Art Design Tattoos. And we got to talk with him a little bit, and the conversation got a little off color taboo.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about this dude for a second.
Oh yeah, we're going to.
We're also going to have him on because this guy has been a professional artist for, what do you say, 15 to 20 years, something like that?
20 years, yeah.
So, meaning that he's been able to pay bills by doing this, and this is his only income. And the dude's good as shit. There's been times where I'll go there, and Red got a couple of them. Like, your body can absorb 2 or 3 tattoos. This guy's got such a soft hand, and I've never had a tattoo. This is my, like, 3rd one from him. I will go all the way to New York to get, my ink done by this dude. That's how good he is. Yeah, but out of all my ink, and I've got a good 20 tattoos. You know what I mean? His never like have a peeling issue or whatever.
Dude, mine don't even scab when I get
Yeah,
tattooed by Dan.
yeah, mine either. I've been putting some
Mine,
on it.
mine,
All I do.
mine is what are they? 4 days old, 3 days old now.
Yeah,
No scab at all.
yeah, mine either. And none of mine that he's done. They all
Yep.
it's I like the black and grays, and the
Yep.
black is holding up awesomely. Is that a word? Awesomely? I'm gonna
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
thanks, boss.
I'll allow it. So yeah,
So
Dan is an interesting character. He not only is a tattoo artist and a local business owner there in Rochester. He's a interesting character just in himself. Like his manner of thinking, his life rules, the way he goes about raising his children is all jam up in my book. You know what I mean? But he's just really unorthodox because he's an artist. He's a tattoo artist. You know what I mean? So and he's a co-parent, if you will. So
well, wait a minute. He's single. He's a good looking dude.
yeah, absolutely.
He's successful. You know what I mean? Financially for the most part. He's able to make a living doing it. So he's living this like fucking rock star lifestyle, but as a tattoo artist,
Yep.
banging hot chicks, and shoot, I'm sure he made a couple $100 that day.
Oh yeah.
For what, about an hour worth of work?
Yeah, probably hour and a half or so. Yeah, and he's quick. He's painless, quick, and good, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
You give him your idea, he throws it down, and that's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah, he knows what you're talking. If you give him an idea on what you want, he can put it on paper.
Absolutely. And if you ask him a question about anything, he tells you exactly how he feels, what he thinks about it, no problems. I mean, Dan's just a jam up dude. So we got on the conversation of sex and porn and all that kind of stuff. So Dan's take on porn. Check this out.
There's porn on the internet. I mean, like paid porn. Like it's on there. Like I don't.
Is it gay porn?
Yes.
That's how you get started.
No,
That is
Gay
how you
porn.
started.
That's how you get started in the porn industry. Is gay porn.
I'm pretty sure that's true. I guess it depends on what avenue or what road you want to take to get there. I guess I don't know.
I think it depends on who you ask.
Yeah. Well, you also see like a hot young chick with this creepy old dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's kind of like, okay, this is the doorstep. This is the threshold into porn. This is what you got to go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get comfortable with the camera. 'Cause I'm sure some of the guys are like super metrosexual, and I'm sure they turn down chicks or whatever if they're inexperienced or whatever.
Yeah, but dude,
I feel like I just said whatever like 10 times.
You probably
No,
did.
you
But
did.
what I'm saying is, I think that's a choice. You don't have to do gay porn in order to make it in the porn industry. Like I think you got to pay your dues. You got to fuck a few old chicks, a few old ladies. You know what I mean? You got to do some shit you wouldn't normally do. But I think that's a choice. I don't think you get to just get thrown into gay porn. I really don't think.
It's a choice. I'm not saying that they're just putting them in a room and dudes just rape them.
I mean, it happens.
Get out
It
on
happens. Yeah, it
And-
happens.
Yeah, we let's not go too overboard because we can go into a 30-minute conversation about porn.
Right. Yeah. So we asked Dan, or Paycheck here did, what the difference in fuck and making love is. This was his answer.
You ever made love?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
So what's the difference? How do you make love? You just slow down and don't.
No.
Is there
It's a
positions?
connection. It's a connection. It's you can fucking do all the dirty positions. You can do all of that. But what it comes down to, it's literally there's more fucking eye staring. The way that I fucking put it is this.
Foreplay.
No, not even just that, because that's a part of fucking everything. What I'm saying is this: making love, you're exchanging breath.
That's deep, dude.
Uh,
That's deep.
Some philosophical shit right there.
Yeah, dude. Dan's a deep a deep individual. Like he's
Well, he's in touch with his body, and
absolutely.
he's one of those. I don't know the technical or the. He's a swinger, meaning like he has hooks, penetrates his skin, and he hangs.
Suspension.
Suspension. Yeah, there it is.
Shit.
Yeah.
Dude's been pierced everywhere, right?
Yeah, look him up, dude. He's a pretty interesting character.
You know, he's also
Dan Ross.
He's also a vet. He was in the Marines for years.
Yep. We're gonna get him on. He's gonna tell his story. It's gonna be an excellent episode. So, in conclusion, what is your favorite thing about the Rochester weekend, Paycheck?
The people.
Not one in particular thing that stuck out in your mind, the competition or anything that you like the most about that particular night, though. I mean, nothing. One thing stands out. I'm not fishing for anything. I'm just asking you, not one, because we done a lot of shit.
Yeah, I like when they flirt with me. I like when girls flirt with me. That's my favorite part.
Of course,
and then some paycheck, no, we still got it. You know what I mean?
Jesus, I was expecting something way away from that.
Well, I'm just a dirty old perv.
I reckon. Well, I guess
the people. I enjoyed seeing all my friends that I hadn't seen in a while.
Dude, how about that burlesque dancer though?
Yeah, that was hot.
That was great.
So burlesque. So that's got some historical significance, does it not?
I was gonna say they still do burlesque shows.
Yeah, isn't that like some old school, like back in the 20s or some shit like that?
Yeah.
So what is that? So that's like our version of a stripper?
Yeah, kind of, but there's a little twist to it. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's
like an exotic dance sort of strip tease routine.
Yeah.
Doo-wop style.
Yeah.
Yo, this chick was inked from head to toe, pretty much. She's beautiful. She was hot. She had tattoos all the way up and down her legs, built like a brick shit house.
Yeah, I'll post some pictures of her, but I don't know her ethnicity, but she was dark complected.
Why does that matter? Whoa.
No, I'm just saying like her complexion, she wasn't just a basic white girl.
Yeah, why does that matter?
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying I'm describing this woman to people that wasn't there. You were describing her with tattoos and all that. I was just giving.
She's this black chick with a bunch of tattoos and everything.
No, I don't think she was black, dude. I don't think she was black. Anyway, she was super hot. Her dance was super fucking hot.
And she danced on glass.
Yeah, but that's the twist. They do like sideshow stuff now or something, along with the burlesque dancing. All the ones I've ever seen. That's what it is. It's like sideshow stuff, but striptease at the same time.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed, but I get it. You know, I believe this was a family-friendly event, but
how are you disappointed? This girl took everything off but pasties.
That's what I was getting ready to say until I was rudely interrupted. She was facing away from us, doing a little strip deal, getting ready to reveal the old breasts. And when she turned around, she had pasties on. I was like, "Aw." I mean, I was hoping to see, what kind of areolas are we talking about here?
Well, that's the thing about burlesque shows. Like, they never really show you everything.
Right.
It's the tease. That's the point of it.
Yeah. That's the whole point of it, exactly.
No way, guys! I can't believe you're really explaining this shit to me right now.
You asked earlier, so we were just, continuing the conversation.
No, I just said that I get it, but I was just a little disappointed when she turned around and there was pasties.
Well, I mean, that's the whole element of surprise. You think you're going to see some titty, but surprise!
Yeah. Oh, I was surprised too.
Yeah, see? Point proven.
Yeah.
Point proven. So did you have a good time?
I did, but I'm a little upset that I missed out. Because, Uncle Paycheck, well, he works weird hours, so, he's not a stay up all night kind of guy. And my phone died, and we were all out by the fire at Dan's house. Dan was a gracious host and, pretty much took care of us all weekend. And I was tired, so I went to go look for a charger, and I said I'm gonna lay down just for a few minutes. You know what I mean? I'm tired, and I passed out.
Never to be seen again.
Yeah. And then Red tells me the next morning that some chick came over and was just like geeked up, you know, like on some of that yayo, some of that soft, some of that girl.
Why you gotta say everything twice?
Because that's I'm hood, you know what I mean? I'm hood though, you know what I mean? I ain't
Deaf too?
I ain't just regular hood. I'm hood, you know.
But
what I mean?
are you deaf too, or you got to hear everything twice?
No, so but I'm talking about that good, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about it's good, you know what I mean? I'm talking about that good, you know what I mean?
This sounds really familiar.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn you. I'm gonna learn you yet. So what's up? Tell me about it.
Okay, so we're sitting there, and Dan gets a phone call, and it's a random chick that he knows that works at some bar that he goes to that was in the area, and happened to see a few cars in the driveway, and decided to stop by and see what was going on. Well, little did we know, this girl was geeked up on cocaine the whole time. Nobody even acknowledged she was there. Like, there was a crowd of people sitting around a big ass fire. We were all congregating, walking around the fire, hanging out, talking. Nobody acknowledged this girl. Dan may have said 10 words to her the entire time she was there. So at first I didn't know she was, doing bumps of cocaine while she was sitting there. So, as you walking around and looking, she's just sitting over there playing on her phone, thumbing through whatever she's looking at or whatever. And then all of a sudden, while I had my eye on her, she pulls out a little baggie from her pocketbook or purse or clutch or whatever it is you're going to call it.
Clutch.
And pulls out a little baggie and does a little key bump right there. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute now. Hold on. That's cocaine. I was like, wait a minute. That's a different kind of party.
You ain't go in there and get you down a little snort?
No, you don't do that, dude. That's
Wow,
bad etiquette. That's bad
what is
etiquette, man.
What is?
Hey man, can I get a bump of that? Hey man, can I get a bump of that cocaine you got right there?
There's a right and a wrong way to approach that subject. As someone who's dabbled in the cocaine many a time.
Yeah, well, that's why I always go with the 2 word. It sounds better if you're like, yo, let me get a little bump. You know what I mean?
That's ridiculous. So saying it twice just puts more emphasis on it.
Yeah,
It changes the whole way you look at it just because you say it twice.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody tried to fuck her. Here's this chick. She's all about. Was she hot? A little blonde? If you were single, if you were a single man,
No.
Really?
No. She was like, I don't know what no, but I have standards. I don't know what the correct term would be, but she's like one level under, like thick, but it was disproportionate thick. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't match.
What, big on the bottom or big on the top?
Both, but it was like, okay. You ever heard the word portly? Describing somebody's weight or physique? Portly?
No. Never.
Okay, well, it's like, just, I don't know, dude. Like
a pear shape?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Light on top, kind of. Yeah, kind of like a pear shape.
Yeah.
Not attractive at all. She had a voice like she smoked 2-3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Oh, y'all spoke?
Well, when she talked to whoever walked by that ignored her, yeah, she spoke.
Why is everybody ignoring her? Why was everybody being ugly? I feel sorry for this chick now.
Because she was sketchy as shit, and she was geeked up on cocaine talking to herself.
Yeah, so why didn't anybody try to fuck her?
I don't know, because she was weird. I just said that.
I don't know, how you grew up or where you grew up, but where I grew up at, there's a chick all by herself, they're taking key bumps. You know what I mean? You try to fuck her. She's fucking.
The risk isn't worth the gain. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if she didn't even care about doing little key bumps out there, you probably could have pulled your cock out right there at the bonfire and had your little blowjob, huh?
I don't know. I didn't even know, dude. No.
You don't think like that because you're just an old softball dad now.
That ain't got nothing to do with it, dude. This girl was not even sending out any kind of attractive vibe at all.
No,
At
but
all.
You're a guy who was
So
intoxicated.
what? So what?
So you never thought, I bet I can get a blowjob.
Nope. I still have standards, bro.
And what are
I
those?
don't just go out there and put my dick in anything. That's ridiculous.
Oh.
No. And why would I do that anyway? That's stupid.
Yeah.
Either way, this girl was weird. And then she just got up and left.
Shit. No, but she didn't say bye?
Well, I mean, she told Dan bye, but...
Did you get her phone number?
No. I didn't.
Brandon, would you have tried to fuck her?
No, I mean, when it comes to cocaine, and I mean, not even just women, with people in general, there's a tipping point, and I'm the same way. When I used to do a lot of blow, like you start out with a couple lines, and you're fun, you're having a good time, but the more that you do, at least in my case, the more of an irritable asshole I would become, and the people around me would just annoy the fuck out of me. So
that's it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's the way that this woman was when she was around. Like, just right, she needed to really stop doing the coke and just calm down. Maybe then she'd be fuckable, but
it just wasn't attractive. It ain't got nothing to do with the cocaine. I mean, it did a little bit because but she just wasn't attractive. All right, crickets. I appreciate that, fellas. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, I too would not have tried to fuck her. I would not.
I don't know, man. You went on this whole thing.
But listen, 10 years ago, I would have tried to fuck her. Maybe even 20 years ago. Let's go back 20 years ago. In my 20s, I would have. I'm a responsible adult, I'll have you know. But for the record,
it doesn't sound.
Listen, for the record, it sounds less creepy if you took advantage of some chick on cocaine, right? Than it would if you took advantage of some chick that was drunk, right? Because she's still coherent, you know what I mean? Like, that's two different drugs, that's two different feelings, you know what I mean?
I mean, I suppose, but you're asking if it's less creepy to take advantage of a woman, like
no.
Yeah.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounded less creepy coming out of my mouth, to be honest with you.
No, it probably sounded less creepy in your head.
That's like the Sophie's choice of date rape joke or questions.
Yeah. You can't ask those kind of questions and expect a valid answer.
Well, one could think, if she's out there and taking key bumps, in a public setting, then she'd probably do all kind of things. She's probably party chick.
Like we wasn't even there.
Hey, I'm here to do cocaine and bang dudes. That's what I'm here for. Y'all are a bunch of squares. Look at this, especially this ginger asshole over here. Look how square he is. I'm out of here. I'm taking my cocaine and my pussy in my mouth, and I'm out.
No, I'm not square. I'm round. Remember? No, dude. Like, there's a line like that. That girl was. I mean, there's not a difference in that. It's one or the other, and I'm not even gonna attempt that because the risk isn't worth the gain.
Did you jerk off thinking about her the next time you jerked off? Have you jerked off since then?
Yes, I have, and no, I didn't.
You didn't even think about her once, dude. Come on now.
No, dude. Why? Why would I do that?
I don't know. No. I'm asking the questions here, sir.
Is this a good cop, bad cop thing going on here now? No, not one time. Like, matter of fact, talking about it now is the first time I've thought about it since the last time I seen her. So that tells you anything.
Did you think about the burlesque dancer when you were jerking off?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't answer questions. I don't answer questions.
All right, so that was the burlesque dancer that had a band there. And
sadly, I didn't catch the name of the band. I have no idea who they were. I didn't even know they were going to be there. I would have done my research.
That's because you said they were shit.
I think I may have said that one time. They were terrible. I don't know if they're like a local everyday band there that plays all the time. I have no idea. I've never heard them before in my life. But what I heard wasn't any good. Except for the last song,
Yeah.
And it was in the style of like an old Irish drinking song. And me being,
What?
Irish and ginger like I am.
You're not Irish, motherfucker. You're
Yes, I am.
no.
Yeah. Anyway, I enjoyed the Irish drinking song that they done, but other than that, wasn't a fan.
Red thinks that because he's got some Irish somewhere in his family that he's gonna feel that Irish song in his Irish soul. You know what I mean?
We're really gonna do this right now? Are we really gonna do this right now?
Oh, excuse me. All right, back to your regular.
You was feeling some Jamie Johnson on the road trip.
I was what? Yeah.
Okay, so I was feeling that Irish drinking song. Same concept.
Yeah, you were.
Same concept.
You know. Oh.
Hey, excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Did you not see the sign when you came in that says all electronic devices must be silenced before starting a podcast?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
You forgot.
Right, end of it too.
Oh, I just turned the media volume was down. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, this episode's damn near over now. It's too late to turn it off now.
Well, we're going to have to scrap the whole thing and start over.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Yeah. Then we left later than we wanted to because that's my style. I always say bye for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
We hugged on some necks and Red cried a little bit. He was gonna miss Rochester. That's how much he liked the garbage plates and tattoos.
Man.
So it was a big party with some tattoos involved, some badass chicks, some cool chicks. Pretty sure Ed did his fair share of drugs while he was down there.
I did.
That's what he's into. That's one of his likes. It's one of his interests. Drugs. Los drogos.
Calm down there, El Chapo.
But then, as always, with any trip that you take for fun, there's that drive back. Now, the drive from Rochester to Red's house wasn't that bad. It's about 6 hours. It's an interesting ride.
But it was, you're going on a road trip to do something exciting.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's that big of a deal. But, on the way home, and then when you get home.
Yeah, Wayne's like, oh, I got to go home.
It's like, you get especially if you're close to the people you're going to visit, like some of the people we visited this weekend, you get like the blues almost. Like we used to call them post-comp blues because you miss your friends, you miss hanging out, you miss the good times, but.
You got to think it's a full-time party for 3 days.
Yeah, constantly. Yeah. You only put your bags in the place you're sleeping long enough to catch you a few 40 winks and right back at it again.
Yeah, that was difficult for me.
Because me and Paycheck would get up every morning, go outside, smoke a cigarette or two. I'd take a few bowl hits, and then we'd go to Dunkin' Donuts right around the corner and get pretty decent coffee.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Dunkin' Donuts, but it wasn't bad.
You are now, ain't you?
I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I've partaken in their establishments.
You're gonna partake in their establishments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd go there again and get another coffee.
Yeah, I gotta have my coffee now.
Yeah, this motherfucker wouldn't let anybody do anything until he had coffee.
Yeah.
He threatened my life if I didn't have coffee for him when he got here before we left.
Yeah, that's a true story.
That's an actual true story. I will kick your ass if you don't have me some coffee ready when I get there.
Yeah, when I get there. I drove 12-ish hours to get up there, and I was tired, and I guess that's a sign that I'm getting older when I get a hankering for coffee.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you got here, it was, like an hour of chill time. You hung out with my kids and my wife and shit. We all hung out together for a little bit. And then we had to come down to the dungeon here and do some business.
Yeah.
So,
and that's how it happened on the way back, too.
Yep.
We got back to Red's, immediately down in the dungeon, checking out all the audio and the video and all the photos. So listen, we have a lot of photos. So give us some time, but we took a lot of videos, we took a lot of photos. So stay tuned. They're going to be on. I'm sure they'll run parallel with this podcast on YouTube, maybe. With those pictures up, with those pictures on our websites. It was a badass time. Shout out to Rochester, New York. Shout out to Jessica Gartz and the whole Boomtown Brothers clique. We had an amazing time. They took care of us, VIP treatment. We appreciate it and love y'all.
Yep, absolutely.
So, so then we made it back to Red's house, and I crashed eventually. And then we all got up together as a family. I saw his school kids off. Seriously.
Packed their lunches, smacked them on the ass, and told them goodbye.
Yeah.
We would definitely go back next year for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure some shit out. We're gonna have to get us a sound guy or an engineer because we have right now just he ain't cutting it.
Yeah, he's getting slack. Hopefully, if we plan it right, Brandon here will be able to go and help us out.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I mean, I'm in the middle point between you guys, so shit. Pick me up and we just go.
Just don't get in the middle of my flirting. That's all I ask. Okay. Don't get in the middle of my flirting.
I'll leave you be.
That's one thing. Like, I don't, I get road rage. Paycheck gets like cock block rage.
No, I don't cock block anybody.
No, I'm saying when somebody cock blocks you.
No, which isn't often because you boy got game. I was like, yo, what up, chica?
I'll just be that awkward third wheel, just attached at your fucking leg the whole weekend. Like, oh, what you doing, Paycheck?
Who says that?
I'll pay you to anytime anybody tries to talk to you, you just put up your hand and you just say hi every time. Like when we introduce you, you'll just say hand up and you'll be like hi. And then anytime somebody tries to have a conversation with you, you just put your hand up, hi.
And then I just stand there silently, just awkwardly, just looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. Sounds good.
Just throw an occasional hi in every now and then. You know what I mean? Be creative though with it. You don't want to.
Oh yeah, I'll interrupt conversations and.
Yeah. Just tap somebody on their shoulder, like hi.
Sneak up behind people and shit.
Yeah. See how good times were had. It's kind of weird getting back to because when you go to these things. And let's take the beard competition or the beards out of it or whatever, because I mean it was a bunch of friends who got together. You know what I mean? So when you have a normal routine at the house, if you're a family man, you got kids, you got routines that you normally, are accustomed to. But when you get out on these little shenanigan road trips, dude, it's a lot of staying up late, getting up early.
Yeah.
Eating like shit, you know what I mean? Smoking a lot of damn cigarettes. It's just so my body went through like, dude, I was totally crashed the day after we got back.
Yeah. It sucks. I had to go to work.
Yeah, I took that day off. I was smart.
Yeah, it sucked.
But shout out to CWPR for hooking us up on this little trip. All expenses paid. They took care of us. VIP treatment all the way there, all the way back. And Dan and his people made breakfast for us twice.
Yeah, it was good shit too. Good shit.
All right, so there you have it. Another glorious episode of Conversations with Paycheck and Red, where we talk about it so you don't have to. And this particular episode just happened to be about things that a lot of people don't talk about. And that's beard competitions and charities and foundation work and all that great stuff that makes humanity smile just a little bit more. So check out your local fundraising, people and get involved. Makes you feel good about things, And if there's one thing I know, it's feeling good. Timbo!
I hear you.
All right, well, there it is. Another episode. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be working on the next one, so stay tuned. That's all the time we have. That's all the time we have time for. That's all the time we have today. Something like that.
You fucked that all up.
No, I'm trying to figure it out. You see, I like to work through it. You know what I mean? I'll get hung up on it, but I don't want to just sweep it under the rug. You bypass it. You know what I mean? I want to bring it out. There's got to be a reason that happened. You know what I mean? I need to know that reason. That way I can jump on it, flip it, reverse it, slap it around, all that good stuff.
Uh-huh.
So, that's all the time we have tonight. That just don't sound right, does it? All right,
That's all we have time for.
yeah, that's all we have time for tonight. See ya.
Later. You've been listening to the Conversations with Paycheck and Red podcast. Check out Paycheck and Red on Facebook at Paycheck and Red, Instagram at Paycheck and Red podcast, and Twitter at Paycheck and Red. And don't forget paycheckandred.com, where you can buy merch, you can subscribe to the podcast, and you can listen to the podcast.